Alrighty, YouTube, it's your boy Zxous, and we're back with another Goddess of Victory Nikke video, and we're doing another community reaction. I'm gonna try to bring this a bit more when hot topics end up happening within Nikke, and obviously we got the confirmation, or at least the visuals of what the Modernia skin is going to look like, including the 3 frames. And a lot of people were actually hoping for the last couple of months that when they when this game came out, they actually did end up rerunning the Modernia banner. That's something that a lot of people have wanted since, obviously, for time now, because Modernia came out in January, and they didn't say anything about a rerun for her with the next update. So obviously they did drop the ball here, but we're gonna talk about it and see what people have to say about it. So obviously make sure you guys subscribe and like if you're new. I did post this an hour ago, but we did end up getting 2,000 votes already, which is insane. But I'm glad that you guys like these daily Nikke events. So make sure you guys subscribe so you guys can get more of these, of course. But let's talk about it. So for daily Nikke events 131, I said, seems like there is no Modernia rerun happening. How do we feel about that? And then the options were, I'm fine with that, to be honest. I'm sad/mad, and hello, Nier is coming soon. Right? And I think that last one is pretty obvious because there are going to be players who don't really care for a Modernia rerun as of right now, knowing Nier is coming out. And obviously, as you guys can see the percentages, it seems like it's like that, right? 49% of the people are fine with it, 16% are sad/mad, and then obviously 35% understand that the Nier collab is coming soon and that they don't really have time to summon for the rerun. Now, honestly, in my opinion, like I said multiple times in the past, I didn't think Nikke was going to do a rerun, but I obviously would have liked to see one for the players who need it. Obviously, I don't. My Modernia is LB3 already, so even if they did rerun her banner, I would have never summoned on it. I mean, I could go for core 7 for characters, but I don't really care to, right? Because characters don't, like, Modernia does not need core 7. That's just something I'll get over time eventually, I hope. But it's not something I'll chase. Like, I'll never actively chase a core 7 for a character. It's just not in my budget, and I'm not spending that much to core 7 a character that I'll get later on down the line. Especially if they're good without even dupes in the first place, right? Modernia is one of those characters. So let's see some of the comments here. But no, wait, before we get to comments, let me finish my point. So I was saying how I didn't think the rerun was going to happen, and obviously that I do think players need to realize that the Nier collab is also coming, right? Literally. So for most players, they're not going to imagine having to summon for, Modernia or the Nier collab, right? It's going to be very, very hard for a lot of players knowing that the Nier collab is coming and Modernia is a character you can get any time of the week. Now, after this, I don't want to say them not rerunning Modernia while this skin drops means anything, because we've had free skins in the past for a lot of SSRs and they never got rerun banners, right? Uni with a free skin, she never got like a raid up banner or anything like that, and it is possible for her to get a raid up banner because Alice, who never had one before, ended up getting one even though she was in the game already. So it was definitely possible that they could have given Uni a raid up banner, especially since her event took 21 days to get her skin. Right, so I guess we should have already known that it wasn't gonna happen, unfortunately. But I do think, this doesn't really confirm anything. It just shows that reruns are not gonna happen. I guess it confirms that reruns will never happen just because they're giving a skin, right? Or I don't want to say never happen, but they won't happen. Most likely won't happen because they're giving a skin for free. Now, obviously, in Nikke's case, if I was a worker in Nikke, this obviously would have been a huge L their part. They would have made a bag, even though they know Nier is coming. Modernia is arguably the best character in the game, if not just the best character in the game for most people. I think actually more people say Modernia is the best character in the game. Obviously, some people say Scarlet, but it doesn't take away the fact that Modernia would be either 1 or 2. Right, it's really as simple as that. So for them, 1, dropping a free-to-play skin with a new burst skill animation at that, and then 2, it also being that you could summon for the character while the skin is out, they would have made so much money. So much money, especially since, again, Modernia is one of the best characters in the game. The only thing is, the Nier collab, like I said, it was coming, so it's kind of hard for players to say da-da-da-da. But if you were going off meta, there's no question players would choose the Modernia banner over Nier, right? You would choose the best character in the game. Unless 2B ends up being the new best character in the game, you're not picking Nier or 2B or A2 over Modernia for, like, best character in the game. But let's see some of you guys' thoughts and stuff like that. So If she did have a rerun, I tried to do to max limit break, but now I can just put those resources to Nier, I guess. I do feel it would have been a smart move to release her banner alongside her skin, but at the same time, with Nier so close, that dodges a bullet for those trying to save for collab, and that's literally what it is. It's honestly as simple as that. Realistically, it is as simple as that. Them not dropping the banner now means that you can focus all your resources on the Nier collab, and that you don't have to worry about a Pilgrim and Nier collab and then the anniversary, right? Because I think even though players want Modernia's rerun, they would complain even more, because then they would forcefully say, right, knowing this community, like I say it all the time, the problem with the Nikke community is they drag every little thing, right? They drag every little thing to the T. So even though they are asking for Modernia rerun, they would still be the same people saying, oh my gosh, Nikke needs to be considerate. They just dropped Summer and Ease, who's so broken. And then they dropped the Pilgrim, who's so broken. And then they're going to have a collab, and we don't have enough Gem 7 on all of them. And then the anniversary, like free-to-plays, you guys, I'm talking to you guys, because obviously Wills are not going to have any problem summoning on every banner, right? They wouldn't be a whale if that was the case. But free-to-plays and light spenders who, I don't want to say light spenders, but maybe the free-to-plays who do not have the resources to go for all the banners. This is the reality of the world. You just cannot get everything even though you want to. You could summon on everything because they give you at least a multi on every single event, or 2 multis every single event, but sorry, you just cannot summon on every banner. So it's really that simple. The only Pilgrim I'm missing are Modernia and Dorothy, so I'm sure this person would have loved a rerun for that banner. As much as I would have loved a rerun right now, as much as I would have loved a rerun right now would be the worst time for one. Again, right beside the Nier collab and right after Summer and East, not really the biggest play from Nikke, guaranteed. She had her run and people decided to pick people decided to pick her, knowing she was a Pilgrim, so don't complain if you don't have it. Another thing is Modernia is on every single banner. Right, so Modernia is going to be on 2B's banner. The thing is, 2B won't be on Modernia's rerun banner. Right, same thing goes for Summer and East, same thing goes for every limited banner. Modernia is on every single banner, and I think the reason why they will never rerun those banners is because they're on every single banner. Right, and it kind of goes back to what I was saying about limiteds and how they're going to do it in the future, right? Because if we go to the summer event next year, we're expecting, I want to say, 4 summer characters. If they rerun all the 4 characters we had this year, next year, then that'll be 8 banners in total. And of course, again, the community is not going to want that. So reruns are really going to not work as great in this game, because when they drop a banner, they automatically put them in the roster, and the banners contain every character in the game besides limiteds, right? Which I think they need to change it to where when they drop a banner, they have a selective, like they select the characters that are on the banner. Right, so if they drop a Pilgrim banner, the characters that are unfeatured on the banner are Dorothy, Modernia, Alice, and then like you can put Uni in there, but only pick and choose characters on the banner. That's literally what Nikke needs to start doing for banners to have much value, because from now, right now, how it is that if the new character is good, they're summoning, because every other character you want is on the banner. If they're not, then they're not. You're skipping, because again, they're just, the character's bad. But if the character is bad, but the unfeatures are just full of Pilgrims, you're most likely still going to summon just to try to get your luck with the Pilgrims, right? So it's really as simple as that, right? I think they need to pick and choose for this game to be better with banners, right? And I hope by next year they start doing that, because again, summoning for every single character is ridiculous. Right, it's just not really making banners feel that worth it to me. Of course, I summon on everything, but I feel like it would be much better if the banners actually had selective unfeatured. But that's just me personally. Although a rerun down the line will be necessary, because the Pilgrim pool is always shrinking and getting dupes, will become almost impossible. Even sometimes like the 2% Pilgrim banners, once you get one, you can't roll anymore. Well, there's no 2% Pilgrim banners, but that makes sense. I'm a little bummed out because Modernia is one of the Nikkes I don't have yet, so the free skin is useless until I get her. Yeah, I guess that's how most people would be, right? If they actually rerun, I might pull my pants on for real. What the hell? Okay. No way we should have a 1% banner in between limited banners with Annie coming. That is true, right? I mean, I'm Modernia list and I want her so bad, but the Nier event is coming, and as a free-to-play, I probably wouldn't be able to pull out Modernia since I would spend everything until I get 2B, right? So this player right here would just go for, like, this is literally definition. This comment is just definition of waifu over meta. Because again, Modernia, if they had Modernia and 2B out at the same time, and people pick 2B over Modernia, it's because they either already have Modernia or they like 2B more than Modernia, right? But if Modernia is the best character in the game and 2B is one of the worst characters in the game, and people still somehow pick 2B over Modernia, that means you're only going for waifu and collection purposes, right? It just makes sense. So yeah. I got her from the regular ticket banner. Save your resources, guys. Yeah, like I said, you can get her on any banner, including the Nier banner. So there's that. It's just not guaranteed with the Nier banner, right? You're just, if her banner reran, you would be guaranteed with golden tickets, of course. But with her being on the Nier banner, you're not guaranteed her at all. So there's that. But you can get her, of course. She's at LB2, so I don't have a huge need for her since I'm more of characters acquisition player than one that goes for max limit break. Okay, so wife collector over thing, basically. People are complaining about having no pulls already for Nier. Skin is an easy 10. Okay, I am mad because I already at max limit break, and okay, so I already cored 2 my girl. She shreds like no tomorrow, and that is true. I mean, you just need one copy. You don't need dupes. I feel like, I think if I had her no dupes and her banner, if I had Modernia with no dupes and her rerun did happen, I don't think I would summon. But if I had her LB2, I would guarantee go for that last copy. If that was me, if her banner did happen. Of course, why not? Some of the old / and new players will definitely roll for her because they will give a free costume for her. Well, that will also be a reason because of the free costume, but I think it's mainly because she's a broken character, right? I think. I can't talk for myself, but I got her with 3 dupes, but I feel bad for those who don't have her. But I want Scarlet Banner. I failed to get her with my mold yesterday. Unfortunate. I know how that feels, trust me. I don't know why they would do a Modernia rerun. Well, people want a rerun because of the skin, right? People will probably come to the game just because Modernia is getting a skin, and they will have no guaranteed way of getting her. I think that's really what it is. But like I said before, with other characters, I don't know why it would be different from Modernia and Uni, right? Uni also gave it a free SSR skin with Uni, and I believe they did it for somebody else. But for right now, I know for a fact they did a free, the same way they're going to be giving out Modernia skin is how they're doing it for Uni, or how they did it for Uni, and Uni didn't get a raid up banner, so I don't know why Modernia would have gotten one, because she's a pilgrim. Would have been a bit unfair, because again, there's people who do like Uni, regardless if she's good or bad, right? So yeah, Modernia enjoyers, enter chat background music. Nice. Never believed she was going to anyways. That is also myself. That is true. Who cares, bro? Scarlet is home already? Okay, forget you. Like, I hate when people say, who cares, right? Scarlet's home. Like, I can't wait till I get my Scarlet. I'm gonna, ooh. When I get my Scarlet, this community is done, because they can't say nothing. Like, they say this like they're trying to flex on me, but it's not gonna work no more when I get her. It's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite disappointed. Didn't expect them to release a free skin that you cannot even try to use unless you land a 0.06. I want to believe they are saving for anniversary, perhaps to have Modernia, Crown, and Red Hood all back to back, so people will push the spend, but not sure anymore. But it's like I said, the thing is, Modernia is already on Red or the anniversary banner guaranteed, right? So I feel like rerun banners do not make sense until they add a feature or make it that banners have selective Nikkes on it for the unfeatured. So it would still be 4%, but it would be 2% for the new character, and then the other 2% would be a selective of Nikkes rather than all the Nikkes in the game. Because with them rerunning Modernia or a raid up Modernia banner, it doesn't really make much sense, especially since you can get on any single banner, right? Like, you can get Modernia right now if you really wanted to. If you summon as much as you possibly can, you're not guaranteed, but there's still a chance, right? There's still a chance to get her. As in, when it comes to the limited characters, you can't get them no matter how much you spend. If I could spend $2 billion, maybe I won't get Modernia in $2 billion, but there's still the chance that I will. So it's really as simple as that. They need to make it that the unfeatured are selective in the case. We'd be way better, honestly. Got her from the social point draw, so that's cap because you cannot get her from the social draw point. So try again, buddy. That was a big lie. That had to be like the craziest lie I've ever seen in my life. You can't even get it there. Did they get him? Yeah, me too. Wait, you can't? No. I paid that. Like what? Yeah, me too. Like stop this. You can't get it from there. But yeah, I think most people, honestly, it seems like people are not really, maybe I want to say if the Nier collab wasn't happening soon, maybe more people would be upset. I think if they gave the skin, let's say they dropped Nier at the end of the month, but they gave the skin the beginning of September, but we didn't know Nier was coming. They put out the banner, or they didn't put out a rerun. I think more people would be upset. But literally, Nikke, I need Nikke to actually, I need to contact them somehow. But they really need to make it that the banner, the unfeatured units are selective Nikkes. That would make it much better for the game. It would make it that people can actually start using their brain in terms of what to summon on and what to skip, because if the unfeatures are bad, you're not going to want to summon for the character as much, right? So that would make reruns more acceptable, but that's just me personally. You guys let me know what you think about that. It's your boy Zxous. Subscribe, like, I'm out. Peace.